What is it about you that you really love? Apart from what other people are telling you. Maybe you're intelligent. Maybe you speak well. You have a lot of gifts. You have a lot of talents. Maybe you're beautiful. Maybe your skin is nice. Maybe you come from a rich family. You come from a good school. You have parents. Maybe whatever it is. Maybe you come from a broken home and then you emerge from that and you look great and you got it all together. You're a strong mom, you're a strong dad, you're a strong daughter, a strong son, nephew, whatever it is. What is it that about you that you really love? Like genuinely love that you're not doing the self-care or beautifying yourself for other people, because most of us, we do, certain things to our body so that we get noticed. That is a fact, that we do this because we want to get noticed and we get compliments and it makes us feel good. There's nothing wrong about people making us feel good, because it makes us feel good. That's why we like it. But tell me, what is the best thing about you that you really like the shallowest, maybe we call it cheapest thing that you like, it makes you really happy? What is it about you? Like, what is it about your borrowed body? Because your body is not yours. When you die, you're dead and it will decay. So you have your soul. You have memories with you. So what is it about you that you really like? I'll tell you an example of what I like about myself. Like sometimes when I look at my hand, you see, like this hand over here. You see this bone? See this bone over here? When I look at it, I really love it. Like when I look at it, it reminds me of like how strong I am and how dainty my hand is. Like a lot of people say I have beautiful hands and I don't do work, but I do. It's just that I just take care of myself. Not for people to actually like compliment me that, oh my goodness, like I have to take care of myself so that they will compliment me. I just really like this. And I feel like, wow, like look at this. Like if I flex it, it feels like she's a very feminine woman, a soft woman. But when I do this, she's a strong woman. So every day I would look at it. Sometimes I cry because like, oh my goodness, I love it. This is me, you know. One thing that I like also about myself is how easily I laugh at things and I giggle at things and I smile at things, and how easily my eyes dance when I'm happy. Like right now, like how easily I just, like every time I would see something, even if I've been seeing it so many times, if I look at it again, I'd smile and I'll be very happy. And that's what I really love about myself, and learning to love myself more. Like when I see flowers, when I see flowers, I feel like I'm just like a kid. Like, my goodness, they're so beautiful. There's something about that in myself that I really love. And it's so cheap. It's like shallow to some, but that's like me. Like, I am very happy when I am like that. One thing about I love myself is that recently I've learned, okay, like a lot of people tell me this, but I've never really paid attention to it because I feel like, oh, I'm not that type of person because I'm too angry all the time or I'm too rude to a lot of people. I realize that I'm very kind. Yeah, that's a lot to take in because I just usually just give without thinking because I do it genuinely. And a lot of people say that I'm very kind, that I'm very generous, that I'm very understanding, I'm very patient. But I don't believe it sometimes because I feel like I'm too bad, like I'm too rude, that I see myself so low that I've never really considered myself as that type of person. So I realize that I'm so beautiful, not on the outside, but I have a very big, beautiful heart. And despite that, I can be, sorry for this word, I can be a bitch sometimes, but I care a lot for people genuinely, and I have no, like, ill intentions towards anyone. And I tell myself that I forgive myself for thinking that I'm such a bad person. I forgive myself for seeing myself that way for so many years that I never really given myself a break to say to myself that, like, girl, you're beautiful inside, and that you care a lot for people, and that's like a lot for me. That's a lot. And that's overwhelming. I mean, like, if God can love us unconditionally and can forgive us for anything that we have done, like, why can't we forgive ourselves? And why can't we give ourselves a break that, hey, you're a hardworking mother? To all my friends who are moms, like, you are a very understanding person, and maybe not everybody can understand you, but at least you should understand yourself. That no matter how many compliments people give you, if you don't see that within you, if you don't see the beauty that is within you, and that is your soul, if you just don't, like, you can accept all the beautiful compliments about your body, about your status, about everything that you acquired through the years, but you don't see your soul as beautiful. Like, you let the ego in and say, like, I don't know, like, soul is nothing, like, we should, like, do this and do that, and, like, build this body and do this, like, we can achieve greater things, something that we can't see. You can't see your soul, but the beautiful thing is that other people will see it. Other people will see that. People see your soul, and and I think that that's the most beautiful thing about us, is that it doesn't really matter how we look like outside, but it's more of like, it doesn't actually really matter what other people say about us, as long as we don't become our own enemies, you know like, we don't hate ourselves, that we don't see ourselves as so bad, as so negative. Because the moment that we allow that that we hate ourselves, that we're not our own best friend, that's gonna be the end of us. That's gonna be like a very depressing life that we have to carry every day. Why do people appreciate you? Do you really think that most people who stay in your life, oh yes, there are a lot of people who use other people, but why do you think, like, close friendships stay with you, or people like your energy, or people like your vibe, or people like your spirit or your soul? It is because deep inside you are a beautiful soul. Do you understand? And if we only accept that within us, we have to forgive ourselves first so that we can forgive others too. If we can't forgive ourselves, then what is the point? What is the point of loving other people? What is the point of, forgiving other people if we don't see ourselves as worthy to be forgiven too? Like, God forgives, God loves. Why can't we do the same? Something to ponder on. Something I have been pondering for a few weeks now. So yeah, I see myself as this beautiful being. There's this one day that I just cried, and because I felt like I went out of my body and saw myself. Oh my goodness, this girl is so kind and so generous, so patient, so understanding. I just really cried because I'm like, all these years, I thought you're crazy, you're weird, you're awkward, you dress like a man, you talk like a man, you're very weird, because almost everybody tells me that. You act differently. But yo, like, that's you, girl. Like, why can't you accept who you really are? And that broke me, man. Like, I just cried so much. Like, how could I have not forgiven myself all these years? How could I hate myself for being myself? How could I neglect my soul? Like, how can I neglect what the beauty inside of me and just continue to build up the body that I want, or the image that I want people to love me? How can I let people just see the outside of me rather than me seeing the inside of me? That's something that, like, really like, it shook me to the core. It made me think that for as long as I believe in myself, I believe in myself because I love myself. I think everything's gonna be fine because I'm doing things to make other people happy. I'm not making an excuse, like I'm not asking or fishing for compliments. I do what my soul tells me to do. And I do what I feel like my mission is on earth is. It's a beautiful, simple, happy feeling that to exist in this life is just to be happy. And first thing to happiness is just be who you really are, to do what you want to do. Do you understand? And I think if you're in this path, I think everything's gonna be all right.